Hey, this is Andreas with Pocketables.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use the jailbreak app Blutrol on a jailbroken iOS device. Blutrol is essentially the iOS equivalent of the app USB-BT Joystick Center on Android, which allows you to connect a whole range of different game controllers and use them in more or less any app. Blutrol is, however, at least 1 year behind the Android app I was talking about, in that it actually just got updated with a feature to use analog sticks, which is something that the USB-BT Joystick Center has had for ages. So to show you how to use this new feature, let's head into the app. Before you start setting up any of your actual games, you should head into those games and actually take a screenshot of the screen as it looks when you have the buttons visible. I'm not going to do that on screen right now because it's basically just going in there and taking a screenshot. But when you have done that, you then need to go in here and connect your controller, and the app is going to guide you through that. So you can see that I have a phone joy controller connected right now, and I have my screenshot of the game. So what you do then is go into games, click the plus button, and then you scroll down the list of all the apps you have installed and actually find the game. So in this case I'm going to use this on Chinatown Wars Lite. So I select that, and then I go into this screenshot option and browse down to my screenshot and just select that for landscape mode. This game doesn't really have a portrait mode, so you don't need to define that if it doesn't have one. Once I've done that, I'm going to go into controller configuration, and this is where we actually add button mappings dependent on which controller you're actually using. So in my case, I'm using a phone joy. I'm going to select that, then landscape, and then you see this screen right here, which actually allows you to map all the buttons. So this is the screenshot of the in-game button layout. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these buttons and drag them around. So even though this one I'm moving now actually looks like an analog stick, this is actually the D-pad. No clue why it looks like that, but I'm going to just put that over there because I don't need it. What I do need, however, is the left analog stick. I'm going to move it over to the on-screen analog stick in the game, resize it slightly, just put it right over there. Then we're going to take the right button, just hide them, and hide some more buttons I don't really need. Let's put the start button up at the pause symbol in the game, and let's just map these buttons to the on-screen controls, like so. So basically that's what you do. You move them around and you resize the buttons depending on what you want them to do. And if you have a game that actually uses the entire screen as sort of a way to make the camera look around, you can try to just make this really large and use that, but in my experience it doesn't really work all that well. It does really work best if you have proper on-screen controls, and even then it's sort of iffy. So once you have everything set up, you just hit done, and that's basically it. I'm going to head into the game right now. Of course you won't be able to see my controller, but you can hear it's actually here. Let's just skip past some of these introductions. And there seems to be an issue either with the app or the phone joy controller itself. Not sure which one it is, but essentially it keeps randomly clicking stuff on the screen. And just from seeing people's experiences with the app, I actually think it's the phone joy controller that isn't all there. So I'm going to try this with a PS3 controller when I can just get my hands on it. But you can actually see on screen now that it gets some random presses. So that seems. I'll make sure to report back when I actually get the PSD3 controller to check, but I'm fairly sure it's the controller and not the app. But as you can see, it works, and you can see these indicators, which are actually part of the recording app and nothing else. But essentially, this then just allows you to run around and, yeah, use a controller. So, like I said, it's not as good as the Android app USB BT Joystick Center, but it's a big step forward for gaming on iOS, because unlike game controllers you actually buy, the games don't need to support the specific controller. All the game really needs to have is on-screen controls, and then you can map the controller buttons to those parts of the screen. So that's really helpful, and that's how it's worked on Android for ages. So I know from experience on Android that if they can just iron out the kinks on this, perhaps add some more supported controllers, it will end up working real well. So that's it. That's how you set it up. And if you have a jailbroken iOS device and a compatible controller, I suggest that you go and check it out. Thank you for watching.